This is a big theme running throughout my book. This is really, what's really emerged over the past 40 years is this quite shocking and dramatic education class gap in kids' family structure. In particular, what's happened is that college-educated parents, an already advantaged group in our society, right? Parents who are already bringing in high levels of income, they've continued to get married and have their kids raise their kids in married two-parent homes. The share of non-marital births among college-educated mothers really hasn't increased much. So there's only been a very small decline in the share of kids born to college-educated mothers living with married parents. Over these 40 years, that's dropped about 6 percentage points, from like 90% to 84%. What's happened is that outside the college-educated class, there's been a dramatic decline in the share of kids living with two parents. The largest decline has been in the middle of the education distribution. So, I'm speaking here about moms with a high school degree or some college, and they comprise now 52%. 52% of kids now have moms in that, let's call them middle education group, right? So high school grads, not the most disadvantaged, not teen moms either. The share of their kids living with two parents, that's fallen 20 percentage points over this 40-year period. And interestingly, the share of kids in that sort of, middle high school educated mom group that's living with married parents, that fell from 80% to close to 60%. And so now the wide gap is really between college educated and everybody else. Whereas back in the 1980s, people started to call attention to the fact that among the most disadvantaged groups, teen moms, moms without a high school degree, there was a high share of single mothers among that group. And now you've had a huge increase in the share of those kids living with single mothers, and the middle group has converged downward. And so we've got this real big bifurcation between college-educated moms, or the kids of college-educated moms, and everybody else. And that's really what I'm calling attention to in the book, is this divergence in family structure is yet another way that the college-educated class is pulling away from everyone else. But, I would say in a good way. The shame here is that more kids are finding themselves without access to two parents in the home and all of the resources that confers.